Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of the summer series. Last week we talked about tattoos. I actually have added a video in. I know we were supposed to be talking about 100% pure emu oil. However, I can't help but add some things to this series, especially because I want people to get something out of it. So what we're going to talk about today is standing up for yourself. In the job that I had before, I had to be very aggressive and I had to be very in your face. And you sort of made a career out of standing up for yourself. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in your personal life. I'm talking about individuals who think it's okay to steamroll you. I'm talking about people who get upset when you decide that enough is enough. So what do you do with that? Because there's a whole host of emotions that are going on. There's this inner conflict going on when you realize that you have to stand up for yourself, because it's not easy. It's very difficult. I did have a situation where I had someone get very inappropriate and scary, but the way I approached it, I wouldn't do differently. I think you have to gauge the individual that you're dealing with to decide how you need to come at this situation. You don't always necessarily need to stand toe-to-toe with someone. It's very important to figure out who your opponent is, I guess, for lack of a better term, and figure out what is the best way to approach the situation. Sometimes aggression is not always the best answer. Sometimes simply ignoring is the best answer. What I'm talking about today is when someone comes at you, when they do something to put you down, they say something to dig at you, but they're on the surface, they're trying not to let it look like a dig. What I have been guilty of in the past is I've let that go and I've not responded to those types of attacks. However, I've learned that enough is enough. If you're going to come at me, then I'm going to come back at you. If you're going to hit me, I'm going to hit back. I don't care how you veil the lack of integrity that you've shown me. I will come at you. An example is a friend of mine. She was telling me about a situation that she encountered, and the person made a joke, like on a messenger chat or something, and the joke wasn't funny. She and this girl had actually been into it before. They had actually had an argument long before, and this girl kept digging at her subtly, not outwardly, but just saying things that would hurt. And she finally had enough. And she went back at this girl, and I'm not talking mean. She did it exactly the way that was being done to her. She was very subtle. She was very nonchalant about it, and it ended up making the person mad. So it was okay to dish it out to her, but it wasn't okay for her to say, enough's enough, this is wrong, I'm not putting up with this. And you'll find that in a lot of cases, that they want to run all over you, but when it's time for you to say, wait a minute, this isn't right, they don't want to hear that. They want to be able to do whatever it is that they want to do, and you need to see past that. It's a psychological issue. It's not an issue with you. It's not something that you have to blame yourself for. You need to be assertive. I said this in one of my classes. There's a difference between being antisocial and being assertive. There's a difference between aggression and assertiveness. Assertiveness means that you have a goal and you know how to reach that goal and you're going to reach that goal. Aggression is with ill intent. There's so much stuff on social media with ill intent, it's not even funny. It's not a healthy place to be. But I noticed that you have to stand up for yourself. You need to be proud of who you are and not let someone walk all over you like you're a doormat. If someone comes at you or at your family, your first instinct is to fight back. That's normal. That's okay. And the one time that I said, what you're doing is not right, what you've done to me is not right, I've had enough. It took months for that situation to resolve, and I actually had to do it through legal channels. Things like that don't go away in your head lightly. There's always going to be an emotional scar there that you have to deal with and you have to learn to live with. That's part of the process. It's not a pretty process, but it is part of the process. I've gotten to the point where I sort of don't care what I say on social media because no one seems to care what they say. And I know that I've probably offended people. I've probably upset people. I had one person say something to me about it must be nice not to have to work anymore. Just some of the things that people say, you just wonder where, what kind of upbringing they had. But the saddest thing is when the people that try to walk all over you are related to you. And then when you don't allow them to walk all over you, there's something wrong with you. Sometimes you're going to reach your boiling point. Sometimes enough is going to be enough and it's going to spill over and you're going to tell somebody off. And that's okay. Because obviously something that they're saying is upsetting you. Now, I'm not saying go out and start beating up on people or anything like that. There's a difference between aggression and assertiveness. It's okay to be assertive. I don't know, my blocked list and my deleted list on Facebook just keeps getting longer and longer and longer. And the audacity of people never ceases to amaze me. And I also don't think it's right when you're out in public and people completely look over you like you're a ghost and look right at your husband. That's a problem. That makes people feel bad. Another friend of mine on Facebook posted something about that and how she feels like she's invisible and people want to talk up her husband and pretend that she's not there. Where are the morals and the ethics? Where have they gone? They are gone, is where they are. They're gone. No one seems to have any kind of a moral compass anymore. No one seems to value marriage anymore. Everybody thinks it's okay to bust up a relationship. It's not okay. If someone wants to dig at you, they really don't need to be in your life anyway. It's not healthy for you. And because I've done all kinds of different series on advocating for yourself and standing up for yourself anyway and spiritualism and paranormal, I mean, this summer series, I've tried to diverge from that, but it's really hard for me to because my passion lies in an ability to do what makes you happy and be true to that. I did want to include product reviews. I did want to talk about different things that might help someone, especially if they're trying to live a more natural lifestyle. But fixing the outside doesn't fix the inside. So it's important to fix the inside too. If you go back and look at any of my YouTube videos, you'll see the psychological component in it. And I can't diverge from that. I seem to be heading that way every time I tape. And I have to be true to that, which is why I wanted to do a really quick video about caring for yourself and standing up for yourself. Don't let somebody push you around. Don't let someone abuse you. It's not okay. Even if it's just simple statements and digs. Stand up for yourself. It's okay. And if they don't like it, then they probably shouldn't have been a part of your world anyway. Next time I will actually do the emu oil, the emu oil review. Sorry. I just felt like this needed to be said, and don't let someone take away your joy just because they don't have any joy themselves. Have a great day, and I will see you next time.